Donald Trump's worst nightmare became his reality this week. On Sunday, a report from Rolling Stone came out this past Sunday, and they said that multiple sources within the Trump campaign spoke to reporters at Rolling Stone saying that Donald Trump's biggest fear right now, and he was raging about it behind the scenes, was that the DNC was going to get higher ratings than Donald Trump's RNC. And now that the DNC has, of course, officially concluded, we can now say that, oops, Donald, sorry about your nightmare, but every single night of the DNC beat every single night of the RNC. And I'm not talking about by a couple 100,000 people. I am talking about millions upon millions of more Americans watched every single night of the DNC than watched every night of the RNC. When we talk about the corresponding days, because each one ran Monday through Thursday, Monday, of course, was the weakest for the Democrats, where they only beat the RNC by 21% more viewers. Tuesday night, of course, was off the charts. Democrats beat them by more than 6 million more viewers, about 40%. And then, of course, Harris's speech got millions of more viewers than Donald Trump's got. So the one thing that Donald Trump did not want to happen this week happened to him. And it's not even like, again, that he just lost by a few million or a few 100,000. They got clobbered. And the reason they got clobbered was because Americans are actually excited about what's happening with the Democratic ticket. They like these people. These are new people to them. To millions and millions of Americans, a majority of people, these are new candidates. These are new people they don't know much about. They want to get to know them, the good and the bad, obviously. They want to see how they act as human beings. They want to know what their policies are. They want to know what's going on. Are these people worth our time? And based on the responses we saw from the convention this past week, the resounding answer is, hell yeah, we like these people. And meanwhile, with the RNC, what was it? It was a grievance fest. It was anger. It was gloom and doom and, oh God, the Democrats are coming for you and they stole the election and everything is horrible and bad and you're probably going to get killed on your way out of here because that's the Democrats' world. The Democrats came in, just like Obama in 2008, with messages of hope, messages of a better future, like, we're going to do things, we're going to be great, everybody's happy, let's have fun. And believe it or not, Republicans, I don't think y'all understand this, people want to have fun. Nobody wants to go around hating every single thing on the planet 24/7. That is a miserable way to go through life. And trust me, there are plenty of people on the left that do that too. They will not look at anything good happening right now and take the good away from it and just enjoy the moment. There's always a, yeah, but bad things are probably going to happen. Oh, they're not progressive enough. Like, shut the hell up. Nobody is perfect. But if you're going to deny this absolutely momentous occasion right now, then get the hell out of politics and stop paying attention. Go about your miserable life, finding flaws in everything because you're just a miserable piece of crap. And that message, by the way, is to those people on the left that refuse to take any kind of victory at all. They always have to find bad things in it because people are just friggin' miserable. But on the Republican side, they're all miserable, right? We've only got a handful, of those on the left. On the right, that's all they are. Everything is bad. Everything is terrible. Everything sucks. You're going to get killed. You're going to get assaulted. You're going to get mugged. Trump literally said that this week. He said you can't walk across the street to get groceries without getting shot, which is obviously not true. I actually went to the grocery store twice this week. Didn't get shot once. So, maybe I'm the lucky one. But we know that Donald Trump was freaking out about the higher ratings of the DNC compared to the RNC because on Thursday evening, when Kamala Harris finally gave her acceptance speech to close out the ceremony, it was a 37-minute speech, and Donald Trump posted 40 times on Truth Social during the speech, which means 37-minute speech, 40 at least posts on Truth Social. So he was posting on Truth Social more than once per minute because he was so enraged. And here's a random sampling of these from the Daily Beast. At one point he said, "Too many thank yous, too rapidly," said, "What's going on with her?" And then he posted just one that said, "Where's Hunter?" Is Hunter Biden running for office? Is he her running mate? No. So why would it matter where Hunter is? He then, when Harris mentioned that Tim Walz, was a high school football coach, Trump goes, "Walz was an assistant coach, not a coach." An assistant what? An assistant coach. You say he's not a coach. He was an assistant coach. See, that word coach that you said he was not is actually still in the title that you said he had. So you need to learn how words work, buddy. He then went on at one point and just said, "Is she talking about me?" Because you want her to. Like, that's what you want her to do. You wanted the whole thing to be about you, and it wasn't. She did talk about you, sure. But it's all caps. Like, "Is she talking about me?" Sounds like he was worried that maybe she wasn't. He then said, "She talks about compassion, but doesn't talk about all of the peoples she's allowed into our country. 43% increase in violent crime nationwide, 60% increase in assaults since she's been border czar." Those numbers are made up. Both of those things, there has not been an increase in violent crime or in sexual assaults. Nationwide, those are actually declining. So he literally pulled these numbers out of his head, and we know where they came from. But anyway, he pulled these numbers out of his head, made them up, and sent them out there. But again, I do have to give him credit because it looks like he did take my advice. I know he didn't take my advice, but I had said when he mentioned twice in the last week that 100% of the jobs in this country go to illegal immigrants, I mentioned that you've got to make it a realistic number. You've got to make it something believable. 100% is not believable. So he did create some, more believable percentages, like 43%, 60% increase. But they're still untrue because both of those things across the country are actually decreasing. Something that Donald Trump doesn't want people to know because that's a good thing for the country. And anything good for the country is apparently bad for the Republicans. Again, with the gloom and doom and the everything has to suck or else we'll never get into office. And then, of course, when Harris talked about Roe v. Wade being overturned by the Supreme Court, Trump said, "Everybody, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, and conservatives wanted Roe v. Wade terminated." Which, again, is just a complete fabrication. There was never a majority of people in this country that wanted that thing overturned. That is a flat out lie. And again, that's just a random sampling. He posted 40 times during her 37-minute speech because he was so terrified she was going to pull in higher ratings, so terrified of the convention bounce that she's getting. Her favorability ratings have already gone up during this convention. He is terrified his campaign is crashing to the ground. And all he knows how to do is lash out like a crazy person. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.